Hello, one and all. Hold on, let me see if the very colorful object scares the dog. No, he seems more interested. Do you like the spotlight, the limelight? No, we're not. Nope, can't do that. Can't do that, Bruce. I'm sorry. It's a bad look. Okay. All right. Here, give me a moment. I'm gonna let him out, and then I want to talk about what we're about and what's going on tonight. So give me just a moment. Okay, you're not ready for the camera, buddy. Okay, okay. You want to go? Go ahead. All right. So, hey, Brandy, DC Irish, Saffron, Brandy again and again, Selena with a C, Jessica Pettis, No Drama Llama. What's up, man? I think I mistakenly read something the last time you hear my mistake. I misinterpreted, but nothing was, it went swell. Sean, hello, always very formal and cordial. All right, so this is working. So here's the game plan, my friends. Tammy Lou, hey, it is always a pleasure, especially because I see you in all the great places. Yeah, the Scuba the dog just takes too much of the limelight. What's up? Hey, Mr. President, birthday chat supervisor Justin Roarin. I can say it perfectly now. You're welcome. And that's exactly, actually, birthday chat supervisor, Mr. President, is one of the reasons that I'm on here right now. Let me close off the Discord. And yes, and thank you. You know who I'm saying thank you to. Thank you. Tonight, I needed to focus, and I need to focus on the community. All right, so it's one thing to constantly, what's up, C-Files, Rebel Ray, one of my besties now, forever and a day, and Jessica, really, I actually miss you on panel. Okay, stick to the damn message for a change for a second in your life. Yes, that's me talking to myself. So here's the game plan, see? As a representative of a community, I do not ever intend to lose touch with being what is about building a community, right? I don't ever want to be the YouTuber or platformer that loses touch with the very people that are publicly supporting them. You know, like you guys that are vocal in the chat or go anywhere and say anything positive and spreading positivity and adding to the whole building up and build up together mentality. By the way, feel free to check one of my last community posts of a local entrepreneur. It's just a good old-fashioned family man, younger fella, holding it down for his family. You know, in this day and age, there's a whole bunch of different ways to try to stay up on your own 2 feet. And this man, he makes homemade banana bread. And by God, am I going to support the ever loving crap out of that? And definitely going to give it a try. So I wanted to get in touch with the community. I need to work on building our support network. There's an individual who I've spoken to that's of this community. There's some of you that have been expressing you want to speak to me. Now, there's certain things that people want to talk about that I like. We're going to prioritize. All right. Now, there's people that say, I feel need a support network and they just need more kind of sense of urgency. Okay. So I want to make sure that, oh, what's up, Phil and Phil up, both of y'all, Queen. It's good to see you all. Phil, man, I'm so glad that you have Forging Thought. What's up, brother? Usually, okay, so if you're new to this, I take about 15 minutes to say what's up to every single person, and then I actually get 2 minutes of content, all right? That's it. What's up, Red Reaper? See Files. All right. We're done. That's it. I'm done. Um, and yeah, no, I'm glad. Hey, Miss Thang, there you go. I told you I got it. I'm sorry about the blah blah blah. All right, so the live thing, yeah, I understand. Like YouTube is different with their interface. So some people, like some of the people that are like in my, it feels like they're in my blood, like my kin. All right, Phil and Brandy are those kinds of OGs. Brandy and I go back to like 1997, maybe 96, and Phil is just a brother from another mother. And they were unable to see that I've been going live like every night for like 2-3 months. I've lost track. So they were under the understandable position that because they saw join pop up as an option, which is kind of new. I mean, a lot of us are just accustomed to YouTube as it is, which is just I'm gonna watch and that's it. So yeah, they weren't seeing the lives and notifications, y'all. YouTube is I do not understand YouTube and its notification process. I'm getting notifications of videos that have been uploaded like 2 days ago. So, YouTube, I know I don't have the big subscriber, but I say, can you do something about this? Yes? No? Okay. All right. So, back to business. I'm spending tonight, instead of, even though I'm doing a brief live, the intention is we need to build this community stronger. We got the foundations, we got the people, all right, and there is an element of needing to be cautious. I want to be careful about getting, I want to make sure everything goes right. Like I just want positivity, and I want the people that need to be in touch with one another to be able to communicate. So yeah, I'm going to double my efforts on Discord, which is slowly but surely happening. We will not be sharing it publicly. It will always be a private invite, because I've already sadly had to deal with like infiltration. But whatever, it's just like mosquito bites. Like, done. Okay, scratched, done. I am satisfied now. And okay, I've spoken to one individual that I am so glad we got to finally speak. For one, it just makes the sentiment of building a community much more real. And what I was expressing is, I don't want to be one of those YouTubers or platformers that is ever out of touch with the very reason that I have a platform. And that's because of all of you that have refused to give up on me, that have tuned out the white noise and the hatred or whatever the case, and just been on this journey and understand what the intentions are. So I'm going to be making phone calls for the rest of the night. There's a couple of other channels that I want to speak to, and then I've promised to speak to one that wanted to speak to me for advice. Pixie Girl, Keeks, I gotta get you. I got that role for you, and on the thing. Yeah, even though I've been all public about it, look at me trying to like dummy up the words. I have made a specific role, but I need to make sure I'm doing the Discord thing right. All right, because I don't want like, yeah, I'm figuring it out. We're going to make this community something real, and we're this close. We're this close. So yeah, I think I got maybe 12 phone calls to make, and I'm prioritizing the people that I think need to get involved in this community much more. If you have yet to get an invite to Discord and you're interested, I ask that you first ask yourself if you're willing to be just nothing but, if you take the time to go in, that you're there for support and positivity. That drama is everywhere. It seems like it's inescapable, but I truly want to try and generate and create not a safe space, but a place where we can at least have civil, real conversation and not worry about anything that goes with just being a public figure. That's something that I should be the only one concerning myself with that. With the exception of those of you that also have channels and put yourselves out there, I commend y'all, because this is not an easy thing. Boy, did I ever think it was going to be easier than it is. But nothing that's worth achieving or obtaining ever comes easy. So I think I've said the same thing, just in different ways over and over. But tonight it is just to coordinate with the people that need to be spoken to. What's up, Jane Gypsy? I am eager to check your channel. I haven't seen Crystal Marie. Yeah, here I go. Just the hello hour has begun again. I haven't seen one of your episodes or lives. I hope you've been keeping on with the content. I got some really positive feedback about you, Gypsy Jane, or Jane Gypsy. You don't mind, right? I'm on the platform here. If I want to call, hey, okay. By the way, Pooh, aka DJ Bricks, tonight is the night that I get to call you. If you're still in the hospital, whatever the case, just kind of just a brief chat, man. And I want to make sure, are you in the Discord? Because we need to get you in there. All right, this community is getting built. It is happening, and we're gonna make this. Our goals are gonna start to become more than just that, and we're gonna see things come to fruition. Okay, no longer are we going to be talking about a pipe dream or a mirage. Okay, we're talking about things that are happening and making them a reality. These are the small steps. These are the small parts to make this thing be what we want it to be the change that we hope to see. Okay, we have this community, we got the people. The best we have at the moment, aside from the Discord, is community posts. And I thought maybe could the community post serve like as a thread, and people can speak in there. No, it doesn't quite work like that. This is not like a mini Facebook. This is freaking YouTube, man. Like Sparta, bro. You gotta be worthy, son. But yeah, no. Discord is a thing. Email me, progresspatriot44 at gmail.com. Please don't like spam harass some of the people that you know may have the link. We're being very careful about this. And I would really, what's up? Not so dumb blonde. Damn it. Wear that like a badge of honor, okay? And Sunflower, good evening. Good evening to you. Okay. Um, I, is it okay that I call? I I will call, and if you don't pick up, I'll understand. I don't miss pain, man. What is there to really enjoy or miss about it? It sucks, man. And I empathize, and I hope you get some level of comfort, brother. I hope you get to enjoy being a part of this community as it builds. So yeah, the small steps is getting this coordinated, reaching out to the people that need to being reached out to. Did I say that accurately? And then the building blocks, which is getting everybody in one spot where we can, make a plan, make help me decide on topics and just everything else that goes with it. And then hashtag find Jamie Valdez. While I'm here, there's something that caught my attention. It probably got across to all of you. Oh, maybe this might be a twofer. I heard about that Walmart thing. That Walmart night was it a night shift supervisor? I don't want to say this is not a trigger warning, but sensitive content kind of alert. All right, it's made national news. I don't know if it happened yesterday. This Walmart supervisor guy, he goes here. You know what? I sent a part of the article to myself. I wrote a letter to myself. No, don't sing, Eli. Don't do that. I can't see you guys right now, so you can just speak all your smack, your dirty, dirty smack. Okay, here we go. Ba-da-ba. All right, Walmart Pew Pew. So the big news is that he purchased the Pew Pew device just hours before he decided to do this cowardly, heinous act. So yeah, I don't know if this is news to anybody. This shit is just tragic. A 16-year-old was amongst one of the victims. 6 people. This man went in there with the intention to target his coworkers, and they are all described as being a tight knit group. And when I read the information that's in this article here, like I kept seeing the individual that took upon himself this action of violence. I think it's that he felt that he was ostracized, that he was not praised for being very good at being social. So and he left what they are calling a death note, which here let me see. Let me present to you in the best way I can. Okay, so the headline, I knowing what's going to happen disturbs me, and I try to avoid the political aspect as much as possible. But we know, unfortunately, this is the world we live in. There's always going to be people with their agendas and political aspirations that's going to look at a tragedy and try to make demands and use this, and maybe there's a legitimate conversation that needs to happen. I just I get a little concerned when I start seeing some of the same words from the same people. So the Walmart supervisor, not to be confused with birthday chat supervisor Justin Warren, who's actually Mr. President. Okay, Walmart supervisor scumbag who shot and ended 6 of his coworkers at a store in Chesapeake, Virginia. Virginia, I think. Yeah, VA. This week purchased the Pew Pew only hours before the massacre and left a note on his phone in which he described planning to target some colleagues and spare others, according to new details released on Friday, with loved ones of the victims continuing to mourn and a candlelight vigil planned by the city on Monday. The note provided the first indication of what led to the eruption of workplace violence on Tuesday night in a Walmart break room where members of what has been described as a close-knit overnight team were mowed down. As with a seemingly endless series of recent mass pew-pews, come on, YouTube. This is news, right? I don't have to worry about my words here. Across the country, through I don't know this term, or I can't. Relia, North Carolina neighborhood, NC. Okay, at an Indiana Mall's food court. Okay, oh, these are other occurrences. I have heard there's been a string of these uh, pews. I don't know a better code word for this happening. Like, and it's sad. I hate when people say that it's uniquely American. There's nothing uniquely American about violence, but when it comes to this thing here, that's we get to call that our own somewhat, I suppose. I don't know, or maybe I'm just not well informed enough on global events. But the employee's ability to purchase the weapon and quickly use it provided yet another grim data point in the nation's ongoing tug of war over pew pew violence. President Biden, not true, not true. When I say that, I mean birthday chat supervisor. I'm not an anti-election guy. Don't strike me. Okay. President Biden, speaking to reporters on Thanksgiving Day, said he would press for new restrictions in Congress, particularly on military-style pew devices. There we go. Okay. Yep. The DNC is going to go for regulating and adding more red tape, making access harder to everyday Americans. We're talking about our Constitution here. This is something that I would prefer talking to CanCon from Locals, Rumble, and the Gateway Pundit about. But hey, let's see where this goes. As to whether he would do anything about this violence before Republicans take power. See that? Oh my God. They're making this about the upcoming elections, and they're going to use this as a data point to pull at the heartstrings, manipulate the masses, and not put this tug of war nonsense. They make it seem like we are 100% accurately represented by the two-party system. I recently did just a bare minimum bit of research on the DNC, or just the Electoral College, not specifically the DNC. The GOP has their gerrymandering, and some people explain it away like it's a good thing. Some people explain it as something other than. Okay, but the Electoral College has been something that's always bothered me. I've had people explain to me why it's necessary. One of the supporters of the Electoral College is like, but if we didn't have it, then you could get anybody elected and it wouldn't be accurately represented because in one city it has a larger population. And I don't know. What it means to me is that somebody has a pedigree or a larger voice than we, the people. So essentially, we are given the illusion of having a real impact when we vote. That's how I look at it as a citizen. And that doesn't sound like something that excites me too much. It's actually typical. So let's see. Get rid of assault weapons. Oh, okay. No, I'm sorry. That's the quote. Asked whether he could do anything about this kind of violence before the Republicans take the House of Representatives next year, Mr. Biden said, "I'm going to try, man. I'm going to try to get rid of assault weapons, man." That's how he said it. While such weapons have figured into several mass shootings in recent months, including at a elementary school in I'm sorry if I say that wrong. Uvalde, I don't know how to say it. Texas. And in a grocery store. I saw the live stream for that, and that was gross, and that was a mistake. I read the manifesto. I didn't get a strike for that one. I got a strike for reading the .gov document, but that's enough about the past. New York, the shooter in the Chesapeake Walmart opened fire with a newly acquired 9. The thing was legally purchased from a local store, on the morning of Tuesday. Chesapeake City officials said in a statement, adding that the criminal had no criminal history. I'm changing certain words. The police found a box of ammunition as well as a receipt and other paperwork related to the purchase of the device, the city said. Officials did not say where the criminal had bought the weapon. The police had said an analysis of a phone belonging to the guy identified as screw his name. We're not going to say his name. Fuck him. He's 31 and he's gone. Good riddance. Should have started there. Turned up a message that he called a death note, in which he said employees at the store had mocked him and compared him to a serial killer. The phone was found at the scene, officials said, when posting the message on Twitter. In the message, the criminal said he would not off an employee who had cancer because his own mother had passed on from cancer. What the hell kind of logic is that, man? Okay, this guy's not all there. Here's his quote that they found on the phone. They don't put the full message here. My God, forgive me for what I'm going to do. If you had the foresight to ask for forgiveness to what you consider to be a higher power that's greater than you, and you have some kind of faith, man, who am I talking to? How can you go through with it? If you believe in God, like how do you bypass that and ask for forgiveness? I don't understand. The note ended. Officials said that investigators were still trying to determine when the note had been written. The massacre at the Chesapeake Walmart was the second high-profile mass pew pew in the state in less than 2 weeks. Earlier this month, a student at the University of Virginia popped and ended 3 members of the school's football team on a bus after a class trip. I think I heard about that. We're over inundated in this kind of violence right now. Too many families will have an empty seat at their tables at Thanksgiving and Christmas, said the state senator L. Louise Lucas, a senior leader in the Virginia legislature. My thoughts and prayers are with those families, but my actions will be working tirelessly to fix our gun laws until we stop this violence. On our gun laws, please be very transparent. Show us every part of legislation that's being written or considered, please. The process, if you guys would just like actually treat us like we're involved and it impacts us, which it does, we'd maybe have some bit of respect and trust in these so-called representation. No. We are the constituency. They are supposed to be our representation. We don't feel represented. Democrats in Virginia have enacted several new restrictions. Oh, there's a link on these purchases in recent years, including universal background checks. But based on the information that officials have released, it did not appear that any of the regulations would have applied to the Walmart criminal. Like most states, Virginia does not require a waiting period for firearm purchases. I had to wait 5 days for mine. Republicans in Virginia, who now control the House of Delegates, have not indicated interest in pursuing further regulations. And Governor Glenn Youngkin, a Republican, has said that if his party took control of the Senate, the state Senate as well, he would back a repeal of some of the restrictions put in place by Democrats. So he's talking about working with the Democrats. I mean, I don't know. It's a little refreshing to hear that there's a bipartisan anything, even though I'm convinced it's all like political smoke and mirrors theater. The article's almost at an end. In the aftermath of the Walmart shooting, Mr. Youngkin said Wednesday that it was too early at that point to begin talking about what policy should be pursued in response to the recent violence. The investigation at the University of Virginia and this investigation are still active. We want to gather all the facts and then make good decisions. So basically the opposite of what the tragedy pimps of YouTube do. Okay, copy that. The governor said a spokesman for the governor did not add anything beyond those comments on Friday. Gun control advocates pointed to policies that they said could reduce impulsive shootings of the sort that appeared to have occurred in Chesapeake and at Atlanta. Are they flexing like, oh, this wouldn't have happened if we had our legislations in place? I hope that's not. And I hope I'm just reading wrong or too deep. And at Atlanta area message businesses in 2021, such as licensing requirements or waiting periods for purchasing. Waiting periods can meaningfully reduce self-unaliving. And the other kind, said Allison Anderman, senior counsel and director of local policy at Giffords, which advocates for stricter gun laws. If there is a mandatory period for people to reconsider their actions, they may consider a different course. That's very, very interesting to ponder. I mean, so thinking about this specific individual, he bought it and then his mind was made up. How much would that really impact somebody? Like they're hellbent. This guy felt slighted. He felt like he was made a fool of a couple of times. I read that he felt this one employee was out to get rid of him from day one. There's a lot going on up here. So I think it's a pivot away from the real, more psychological issues and a lack of psychological access, like health access to some degree for these individuals. And they always make it about just the devices. But I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what a comfortable position for me about, a waiting period might have prevented this. I don't know. That just sounds way too simplistic. It's never that simple. All right. But being able to acquire a very lethal form of ending people when they're in a period of crisis is not a good idea. Messages seeking comment from the NRA and Gun Owners of America were not immediately returned. The NRA on its website calls waiting periods arbitrary impositions that do not impede crime or self unaliving. According to a witness, the Walmart gunman opened fire without warning after entering the break room where his coworkers had gathered at their 10 p.m. shift began. The first call came to the police at 10:12 p.m. Officers entered the store about 4 minutes later, the authorities said. By that point, the gunman was already gone from what the police have said was apparently a self-inflicted wound. The victims included several employees who had worked with him for years. That makes this even more twisted to me. Randall Blevins, Lorenzo Gamble, and Brian Pendleton, and others who had more recently joined the staff, including Kelly Pyle and Tanika Johnson. One victim was a 16-year-old boy identified on Friday by the authorities as Fernando Chavez Barron. 2 people injured in the shooting remain hospitalized on Friday, including one in critical condition, officials said. Former coworkers said the overnight team at the store had formed a close relationship, but also recalled that Mr. Screw'em, as a supervisor, displayed some off-putting behavior. There's a whole link here. One former employee said that he could be aggressive. Another described him as a loner. Chandrea Reese, 27, who had worked on the overnight crew, said that some on the team did complain to managers about Homeboy's behavior. The note attributed to the gunman indicated a belief that at least one of his coworkers, whose names were redacted by the police, had been trying to get rid of, this is the quote from him, trying to get rid of me since day one, and that his phone has been hacked. Oh, so he's perhaps some paranoia. The note included several references to God, the Holy Spirit, and Satan, and suggested that the gunman had been concerned about having social deficits since he was a child. And the article closes with, in a statement in response to the release of the note, Walmart said on Friday that there is nothing that can justify taking innocent lives. Well, thank you, Walmart. I think we can all rest a little easier now. There it is. That's as political as I'm ever going to get. Again, I did 3 years of it, and boy, oh boy, it is disturbing. I don't know, what the hell what is the solution? Waiting period? Is that just a fucking romanticized idea? We need to be more, I think, again, more focused on the access to. This is where I am. Screw the whole left and right thing. This is just where I stand. All right, I don't have a letter in front of my name anymore. I'm an independent. Okay, I gave up on the two-party delusion. I think just better care that's accessible and more public and available and affordable. That would help. Okay, restricting our Second Amendment. We purchase these things because we feel we not only have the right to, it's within our right to protect ourselves. Somebody that I'm going to be contacting did a live. I'm going to make this pretty obvious, but I'll try to keep it somewhat vague. She had to put out a warning shot in the air because somebody put themselves up against her home, and she's there with her freaking family, and yeah, she popped a freaking shot out there and scared somebody off. He tripped over this thing outside, and man, I don't know, man. When it comes to the right and how we can defend ourselves in a world that is getting just crazier and crazier by the day, I don't know that I'll ever rejoin the side that indoctrinated to believe gun control was something viable. You can't control human beings, and human beings are the ones that find the access. If you can help the human beings and start paying attention to the kinds of minds that are developing and feeling like, look at the internet. It's this massive thing that can connect us all, but look at it like from a new perspective here. All right, all I can do is speak about my own experiences. Being in the YouTube world has been a blessing and a bit of a curse, right? I'm learning to ignore the curse every day. Like you guys make me stronger. But I really, really, I see how it's meant to connect us, but it also, as when it puts us all in this like thunderdome of sorts, instead of going all kumbaya, we end up factioning and let the dividers drag us. Hey, I saw your comments and I wanted to thank you, by the way. D Libby 68, welcome to the Pro Pat Squad. She actually messaged me and said um, that she altered and changed her name so I'd never get it wrong as I read it out loud. So thank you for that, by the way. I am really, really carefully trying to plan what a members only live is going to be. And I have a lot of ideas. One is complete unabashed, like going balls to the wall about everything and anything that pisses me off, and not covering anything, like not a concern about anything, just letting it all out. And also, what's the other thing? Oh yeah, the palm reading thing. Look, I'm good at it. I don't believe it. I don't believe in it, but I'm good at it, and the responses I get are pretty magical. I don't know what else to call it. So see, I got like kind of deviated here. Hi, Amy K, and it's good to see you again. Dear goodness gracious, the Queen. Hello, why are you calling me Lilith? I will. I promise. D Libby 68. She is now a green name. Look at a green name amongst the blues and the grays. See, we're all factioned again. So he's got to be this, that, and the other. So yeah, I don't know. YouTube. I saw. I don't see the name anymore. I always try to be diligent about the chat. HBR at the Crossroads. Interesting name. I'm gonna be looking into you. Checking out your channel, not like hiring a private investigator or anything like that, or calling lawyers on you or doxing you. YouTube is a very, very special, and I mean special place. Something tells me he knows what's up. You don't want the live freedom. Okay, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's chains off, bro. It's like me just the thing that bothers me the most about going live, even though we have a beautiful community, is that I still have a little voice in the back of my head that's like, "Hey, man, you don't know who's watching. Be careful." I'm sick and tired of that because nobody has earned that. People have tried to intimidate me or push me. Why the hell? Just I don't want to feed into it. That's the goal. But I'm a man that has learned my catharsis is venting and speaking, and that's my tool, and that's what I'm going to use. It wouldn't be the first time. Oh, no kidding. Man, that dachshund is going around like the pox, bro. Jesus H. So what's see, fellas, I know you're always watching, bro. I see your eyes like right there. Slideways. Hello, Bob. Right here, right here. Yeah, screw those noises, damn right. All right, so the other thing there was the Walmart, and then what's the other thing? Oh, okay. So I'm not gonna deviate and stick. You're right, Life Freedom. You're always right. Move forward. I'm not gonna stay. Oh, what's up, Sweet Pea? All right. It's turning into a true crime. Like just people are focusing on this case, and it's a fascinating case. It's undeniable. All right. I don't know what it's called in the media. It's the murder of those four people, and somebody, I don't know who this is. I don't know who I'm about to down talk here or speak bad on, but I was on my break watching I'm not gonna put on blast where I found it, because this channel is built upon kind of helping channels that need to get their just desserts get just that. So this individual, and stop me if you heard this, he went live and his title was this: did the four from the I don't know the state, but you know the one, right? These four young people that were knifed till they were no longer breathing, and there's like what, no traces, no suspect. I haven't followed the case, so I'm not going to speak too heavy on it, but it's very Idaho. Thank you. It is Idaho. Right. There's a lot of just curiosity that's beckoned. So the channel that I had discovered through the other channel had the title, are the Idaho 4 going to heaven? And had a poll. Like, what the hell? What in the hell? Seriously. Why would these are the victims, right? Now I heard, and I don't want to give hearsay too much. Um, I heard, one of our tragedy pimps had said that the place where these young people were ended was a F house, a house where just people went and just got their rocks off. Why would somebody make that judgment? Why? I don't understand. Why are we demonizing the victims? Why is this the default? Isn't the focus supposed to be on like I mean, first off, keep the focus on the victims for the right reasons, and then start talking about what kind of monster is capable and who the monster is. So yes, I'm interested. I need to talk to somebody that's more invested in the case because I don't know nothing. I just cannot believe that one individual, one suspect, as I understand it, was able to get in there and do what they did. He or she. I'm going to be sexist. I assume it's a male, and unalives four people that were able-bodied. Were they sleeping? Did he do it like quietly, or did he have to fight them? I just don't know. And it was a party house. Thank you, everybody. Check out Jane Gypsy. Mods, feel free to drop the link for our dear Jane Gypsy. I did I already mention you got massive accolades. I was reached out by some people, even some of my haters told me that they enjoyed when you jumped on panel. So that was freaking hilarious to me. I was so appalled. I'm reading from some of the comments real quick. I was so appalled when I seen that come up. I followed that guy, but you know what I'm talking about. But he was completely insensitive as hell. I only listened to Tyler for maybe 2 minutes and unsubscribed. Yeah, so that's who it is. That's who it was. The channel I was in was helping people see it for what it is, and to mess with that poll that he had put up. I don't understand what that individual, whoever Tyler is, and what he was trying to accomplish, but it was sickening. And he was perverting the good intentions of, I think, just being a Christian or believing in God. I don't understand. And why is there this fixation on demonizing these people? They're gone. They suffered a horrible tragedy. The way they have gone out suffering, I would assume. And what are we doing? We're wondering if they made it to heaven because maybe they didn't, because it's a party house. Come on, man. We could do better. We can be better, please. It was horrible. I think it was okay. I'm reading opinions, and opinions are just that, not represented by the person on the platform. I think it was the boyfriend that she broke up with. See, that's more than I knew. Went out, adrenaline starts flowing. It's unbelievable how you're telling me how strong you are. Look, story time. When I was a kid, and I was like, I think 6 years old. So I was a very small, skinny freaking kid. Okay, I couldn't drink milk in my younger days, in elementary school days, and I eventually stopped being allergic to dairy products. Couldn't eat ice cream, pizza. I was no, I wasn't a miserable kid. My friend Vinny threw a pine cone and it hit me in my eye, my bare ass eyeball, and I literally saw red, snapped, went nuts, and just started like football charging him. And my mother, who was larger than me at the time, especially, put her entire, like, her both arms around me. And as the little kid that I am, I ran and dragged her. Like, her feet were, I got to put this down. This was her. I was charging forward and dragging her. And I'm just a little child. That's what adrenaline was doing. It does give you this crazy strength. And it was kind of a blackout rage moment. 6 years old. Just remember, I still was able to get on top of any. And I think I attacked him. I don't know. It was a long time ago. I was 6 years old. Canceled me. Arab Bara. I don't know who the Barbarino is, but my old buddy Vinny from New York. But okay, so yeah, I don't know, man. Things are just nuts here. I'm interested in the comments at the moment. Humans shouldn't drink milk. I've heard about this. Like Snatch got me turned on to this whole milk is not meant for human consumption thing. All right, yeah, boyfriend was ruled. Oh, he was ruled out. How often do cops rule somebody out? And have undercovers following them everywhere. It's usually the one I already ruled out that's guilty and arrested. Yeah, the move. Oh, the Queen. Sorry. Okay, Guy Ritchie is a great director. He made a movie called Snatch, and there's a whole dialogue about why we should not consume milk because we have not properly evolved to have it be agreeable with us. So you can either Google it or you could find a piece of that script or watch the movie. It's a freaking pleasure. It's an amazing film. It's a mosaic of so many characters. Young Brad Pitt, you can't understand a single word. He plays a gypsy of some sort, like the perfect stereotype of a gypsy. And he's a boxer and he can knock everybody out in one punch. Great, great movie. Check that out if you haven't. Used to get smashed by Madonna. Okay. Yo, Arab, you're full of fun facts. So, yes, I love that Queen was like, Snatch? Question mark, exclamation point. So my goodness, I did totally start. I even said in Discord, and I said as soon as I hit that live button, did I not? You like Dags? You like Dags? Dags, yeah, Dags. Dags. Me ma. You gonna get the trailer for me ma. Sorry, I'm thinking about the movie now. Now I gotta watch the movie. Okay. So yeah, I did totally. Oh yeah, I was drinking. Okay, damn it. Another thing. Since you said almond milk, oh Christ, sunflower, really? She said almond milk equals nut juice. Okay, now about that sunflower, fun, brief story, joke, but true. Since I could not drink real milk, yeah, Tyler, we're gonna get on the goat milk too. No. Since I couldn't drink milk when I was a child, look, I was a kid. My brain not fully developed, still isn't. Okay, I always saw the same. It was soy milk. Soy milk. My mother would always buy this, and it was in a carton. It was a very strange carton, and it had the picture of a bird, like one of those. What do you call those freaking birds that their wings are really really fast, and they, yeah, what the hell? Those birds. They're the pinnacle of cuteness, and they're small, and they yeah, they just use their little beaks and tap the flowers and whatever, get the nectar out, something. Yeah, I'm a bird aficionado. Hummingbird. That's what I meant to say. I was just testing you, Don. Okay. Hey, Sweet Pea, guys, M. Shannon. I was just kidding. I was just saying, I was making sure, obviously, that you guys know it's a hummingbird. Okay. I knew that. I knew that. So, when I'd go to my friends' houses, apparently for some time this would happen, and by God, it happened for too long. When I would see real milk, I would ask if they had the other milk. They'd say other milk, and I'd say yeah, the bird milk. So I was for I don't know how many years as a child thinking I was drinking milk, I guess produced or made by birds in some shape or form. And I would request at my friends' houses when I'd eat dinner with their family and or get milk for the cereal, be like, "Yo, can I get the bird milk? Bird milk. Hashtag bird milk, man." Okay, yes, Jane Gypsy, you found me out. All right, so we've learned that I know what a hummingbird is, and they are responsible for bird milk. It's a thing. And so the thing I was going to mention earlier, because I'm terrible at staying on topic. I was like, I'm gonna do a quick live. I have so many calls to make, guys. Just a quick live, and then here I am. How long? How long have I been on? 43. Are you serious? Really? I needed this. Okay, I needed this. I needed this. Uh, Look, today was a rough day, and well, not a. It wasn't. You know what? It wasn't a rough day. Today was totally, actually, kind of chill and cool. And I talked to some of my bosses, like my real strict bosses, and man, I was just I spoke my piece. Like I said everything I wanted to say, and it feels good to stand up for yourself, man. And yeah, and I saw like I don't know, not pride, but the respect from some of my coworkers, my team, so that was pretty cool. But like, you know what? Today wasn't bad. Today was a win. Yo, Amy K. All right, we love you. Okay, and I'm glad that you made sure that I was aware that it was a hummingbird. Again. Okay, I knew that. I knew that. The bird, the word. What did I say? Oh, the bird is the word. The bird with the really flappy wings that are really fast and has the beak. They take the nectar. Hummingbird. That I was just giving you the Webster's dictionary version of how they describe and define the hummingbird species, known as Hummingbird erectus. Okay, from the Latin term of the Greek pantheon mythology, Zeus. Okay, all right, I know my stuff. Don't mess with me. intelligence. Dusty, what's up, brother? Forever and a day. Thank you, Dusty. And Tyler Green. I'm going to listen to the song. Stop it, people. All right, so I've almost been on for a dear God hour. I haven't made. Now everybody's asking if are you lactose intolerant to one another. Hey, Bran, holy snap, diggity dog. Where do you work or what is your profession? Liquor specialist. I run a liquor store of a large franchise in my state, and it's also a large company in the United States. But it's a very good company. We get our own stock options, and I'm a full-time liquor specialist. So I crunch all the numbers, I order the products, I talk to the vendors. That's what I do, and I can recommend a hell of a good bourbon. And working there, it's kind of a challenge because I'm trying to not, hit the sauce too much. But behind me is like every rare freaking liquor in the world. So this was a 5-minute live. I'm glad that you guys were able to stick it out with me for this 5 minutes. That happened to last 45, 40. We're at 45, 45. Now it's 48, and the whole thing is ruined. Make milk great again. That's my stance. Dusty man, yo, bro. Bird milk. That's all I gotta say. You take your little cow freakish milk, whatever. What do they call it? Bullhorn milk or something? I don't know. Ugh, ugh. No, yeah, you take your freakish cow milk out of here. All right. We got the birds. Birds have the word and they make the milk. Cheers. Hey, Shade Darker. Cheers to you, brother. I am just proud of each and 45 watching 45 minutes ago. Yo, stop tripping me out, cuz feel free, by the way, if you're here, if you feel that this was worthy of your time and lent a little amusement, smash the like button, maybe. You don't have to. This is what you do. You go into the chat and you hit the thumb up button, which shows thumbs going this way. And that apparently, I don't know. They say it's good for the algorithm. I don't know. I don't believe anything. I don't trust anything anymore. I don't trust the mainstream media. I wouldn't trust my mailman if he told me he put the mail in the freaking mail. I really like. I'm just we're as a population, as American citizens. I think our trust this day and age, after COVID and all the nonsense that's happening day in day out, I think our trust in everything is just at an all-time low. And I know I'm not alone in that sentiment, which is why I find a little bit of optimism that this is a unifier and it could make us more effective when we just see how much BS is occurring and we can let that unify us instead of divide us and keep on having conversations instead of going at each other's throats because you think that way. You drink bird milk. You drink cow milk, you freak. Obviously, the bird milk people will win this war. So, I want the milk people to come together, okay? Well, thank you, Amy K. You're a badass, and I trust you more than MSM. I trust the letters of random text from practically, well, family, but let's go with strangers like Arab. I'm sorry if I got the name wrong. I want to be very, very careful and accurate about the name, especially all right, Arab Bera. Breastfeeding should be mandatory. I like the way you think. Yeah. Hey, so fun fact. Ron DeSantis is the first Republican I voted for ever. So I think this is me trying to weasel out of here. I don't know why I wanted to find your name. Oh yeah, I don't know who you are, but I trust you more than I trust our government. That's what I wanted to say. So all right, I gotta start on those phone calls. 48 minutes and 44 seconds ago. I'm gonna go now and start these calls. Much love. You might be hearing from me soon, and we're gonna redouble our efforts to make Discord great again. Okay, we're gonna be that community that we hope to see, the neighborhood that we've romanticized in our minds. We're gonna be that neighborhood. Okay. Hashtag find Jamie Valdez. I cannot wait to return to that topic. And screw it, man. I gotta call this department again in Boonesville. They totally bullshitted me. Yeah, he's gonna call you back. Yeah, okay. We need more people involved. We need to do more. Please, any of the fellow platformers, content creators, it would cost you nothing to hashtag find Jamie Valdez. Arabera, if you're interested, it is I don't want to call it a cold case. a good man, has been missing since 2021. June 9th, June 9th of 2021, he went missing. The wife said he was missing on June 10th. The police report says he was missing on June 17th, if I recall accurately. The investigation was entirely botched and riddled with shoddy police work, lies to the family, misleading the family, people that want answers, the justice that they deserve because they're American citizens like us. They work for a living, blood, sweat, tears, and everything else, and they were not served any of it. They were disrespected, and every detail about the case. Oh goodness, you know what? Um, Let me tell you guys something crazy, and I got permission from Sean. I got permission from Sean to share this fact. It's gonna go. This is gonna be a full freaking hour, isn't it? All right, give me a moment. It's okay. I don't mind. um, so I'm scrolling up. I want to read. This is insane. Add this to the 6 questions that I want to ask this police chief Ben Villarreal. So this is what Sean told me she forgot during the interview. This is freaking wild. All right, here we go. Hi, Eli. The very important detail I forgot to mention during your live. And Arabera, feel free to find the interview, which is the title is hashtag find Jamie Valdez. It's a few nights ago, or maybe last week. I don't know. Time is a construct to me at this point. The very important detail I forgot to mention during your live was this is graphic. The pieces of flesh found shortly after Jamie went missing. Anna, which is the wife, had sent me some screenshots of messages of a lady that had contact. Anna was the wife. She has since found a new man. Anna had sent me some screenshots of messages of a lady that had contacted her and was telling her she found a 3 by 4 inch chunk of flesh that looked like it had been torn off. Doesn't end there. I tried to get Anna to tell me who it was so I could talk to them, but she refused. She said the lady was elderly, lived by herself, and was afraid. So Sean asked her several times over the course of time we talked for the lady's name, and she never gave it. So Sean's younger brother found out who it was. Good on this family, man. They've had to do their own police work. This is why I question our funding. I don't want to cut police funding, but it's our tax dollars and how they're utilized. And when we finally need assistance because we pay into a system, the system says, nope, not for you. No, you're not an international case, which is why I also I want this platform to be a place where cases don't get the kind of traction that the most main cases that get sensationalized. I want to give I want to give the voice that they deserve. So the younger brother found out who it was, got in touch with her. She was not elder, nor did she live by herself. When I, being Sean, spoke to her, she said that not only did she find the chunk of flesh, she also found part of a finger and a nipple wrapped in newspaper. She tried to tell an officer, but she said they weren't interested, which goes back to my whole conflict of interest because this police chief, Ben Villarreal, we all know, has a connection to Anna, who should have been the prime suspect. They never issued a polygraph to her. Why? The first thing you want to do is rule out the spouse, right? And it was the wife's boss's significant other that happens to find the vehicle. And then allegedly teenagers wrote on the back of the windshield, "Help me, he is near." And the police told the Valdez family, it was teenagers. We can't give you their names. Guess what? The Valdez family found the alleged teenagers. They were not teens. The year later that they found them, nor were they teens at the time of the prank. Lie after lie after lie. So do I think the police chief is going to call me back? No. Do I want a FOIA request to be respected, demanded from many people? Hell the hell yeah. So she tried to tell the officer they weren't interested. The items were found at a place next to a lake, and there have been several floods in that area since then. So, of course, they're no longer there. We've had people looking in the area, but nothing has been found. This lady was willing to talk to the police and I gave them her information. But as far as I know, like the many leads and contacts that Sean and the Valdez family have supplied to this police chief and the investigation team, nobody's followed up on jack squat. It's this family, the family of the victim that's supposed to be assisted, the people that are supposed to care. That's their job to investigate. They didn't follow up on any of the leads. The police chief himself, Ben, he said, please, if you can find any leads to help us, well, we could use all the help we can get. They didn't follow up with a single person because the family had to find that out for themselves. Put yourself in their shoes. I said a little prayer for Jamie at the table. I'm not a guy that prays, but I believe in like something is sacred about it. Like I talked to my grandma, stuff like that. So let me read the last of the statement. She has not yet been talked to, and it's been a couple of months. You're more than welcome to talk about this the next time you talk about Jamie. It has, yep, there you go. So if y'all can make that make sense to me, why an entire police investigation would go, hello, Linda, guess, would just be so sloppy and insensitive and lie so much with all the conflicts of interest, man. I just I don't understand. And I need somebody to help me understand because that my faith in this institution and country is at its all-time low, which is why I have no trust for the powers that be and the three-letter agencies, domestic and foreign. Well, what about when it's the frickin' government itself? All right, done my part here. This live was supposed to be 5 minutes, but because of all of you, I'm gonna go from the top and end it here. Okay. Oh, Amy K, email me. You start there, and then we can connect. I'll give you every avenue: Instagram, Facebook, Discord. Cheryl Seafells, Queen, Lilith, Dusty, Don hashtag find Jamie Valdez. Don't want to repeat names. Forging. Did I say your name already? L Libby 68. That's that. I'm your number one fan. Just saying. Keeks, Miss Chronic Chronicles. That's it. Good night, y'all. We're gonna be the change we want to see. We're gonna be the community that we believe in. Live freedom. I'm with you, brother, man. Is it like this? Or is it like this? It's like, yeah. Who can keep up? I'm an old man. Good night, y'all. Peace.